Welcome back to the Turn the Music podcast. My name is Kyle. This is episode 24? 24.
Episode 24.
Couldn't figure out what episode it was. Episode 24, we've got Samantha Fish to talk about this evening. And to do that, we've got CJ. How are you, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Except you can't count. That's it.
I could never count. I never claimed to be able to count.
Me too. I don't claim to be able to do math or count.
Yep. I count to 4 and I'm done.
That's my excuse.
Yep.
Works for me.
Yep. So how's your week going?
It's okay. I was in work yesterday, and then today was my son's first day, so I took the day off.
Cool.
We were saying, get him on the bus, get him off the bus, hung out with him for a bit. So it was nice. I'll be back in tomorrow and Friday. So far, so good.
Good.
A couple problems yesterday that I had to deal with, but thankfully my ideas for solutions actually are going to work. So should be good to go. How about yourself?
Things are things, you know. People
How
are
was it
dumb.
coming out of Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day was okay actually. I made 2 racks of ribs.
Oh, nice.
So simple, easy day.
That's it. Yeah. Nothing else.
Did you do any cooking this weekend?
No, I wanted to. I didn't get a chance to. I have a rack of ribs that I defrosted on Monday, so I'm hoping they're still good by the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I figured 5 so days. If not, I mean they're sealed, so it's not like they're open. And then I
If
have
they're in those vacuum packs, you should be good for a while.
yeah. And I have yak that I want to cook. Ground yak or elk, one of the two. So good for breakfast with eggs.
Yak.
Yak. It doesn't talk back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy like the yaks.
It's true. Very true.
So are you listening to anything this week?
Not really.
Okay.
Like again, my son's been on the Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Michael Bublé kick, so I've been hearing a lot of that lately in the car
Okay.
and at home, which is fine. Doesn't bother me in the least. He's picked up a few vinyls over the weekend. I think he picked up a total of like 3 or 4.
Cool.
And so I was telling you that I was thinking of buying like a record player and speakers because the amount of money, getting an amp, I'm just not ready. I found I think they're called edifiers.
Okay.
And they're powered speakers. And I was like, you know what? For the price, they can do Bluetooth if I wanted to put my phone to it. The room is not a big room that they're going into, and I have a Crosley record player, like the briefcase one.
Mm-hmm.
Connected. They sound great.
Cool.
For what they are, they sound great, and I'm like, perfect. So now we can go sit in the library, play some music, decent sound off the speakers, and eventually I'll upgrade the record player and go from there. But I figured it's a good start.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So how about yourself?
I actually get to listen to music at work today, which I haven't been able to do for a while. So we did Jacob Collier, we did Corey Henry, Robert Randolph and the Family Band. Well, I think that was it. So quite a mix.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Not a bad mix.
No, not at all.
So there's not, yeah. So what are we doing tonight? We are talking, you said, about Samantha Fish.
Samantha Fish.
Now, I asked about spotlighting her because neither one of us has listened to her.
I listened to the Girls Love Guitar that she's on once.
But not her solo work.
Not her solo stuff.
Okay. And her name came up.
I couldn't pick her out of the 3 girls playing, so I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you could if you don't hear her first solo work. She her name came up when we were was it Eric Gales?
I think so.
We were talking about Eric Gales, and we were talking about the fact that he was going on tour and he was a part of this group, and her name was one of the names that came up. So she is she's 35 now, and she started recording in 2011. So she was 22 with her first album, which is called Runaway. But a little background is she's an artist, singer, songwriter, and guitarist known for her explosive riffs, visceral rhythms, and spine-tingling vocals. Her unique self-expression, this is from her website. Her unique self-expression has earned her accolades from fans and industry legends alike, including an invitation from Eric Clapton to perform at his Crossroads 2023 festival. This summer, and I think they're talking about this past summer, she will embark on a thrilling journey joining Slash on his Serpent tour. And that's, I think, where we kind of found her, was that we were looking at the tours, and I think Eric Gales is playing with him on that for a
Mm-hmm.
few and stuff. And participating in the Experience Hendrix tour before returning to the UK and concluding the year with the Bulletproof tour, where she'll be showcase her extensive repertoire. Her last album that came out was in 2023, and we'll hear a couple songs from there. It was an album with Jesse Dayton,
Okay.
Death Wish Blues, and it was nominated for a 2024 Grammy for Best Contemporary Blues album and topped the Billboard Blues chart for 3 consecutive weeks.
Nice.
So, we'll basically go in chronological order with her albums. I think we'll end off with an album, um, Girls with Guitars, but it's their live show, so 2 songs from their live show.
And she's from Kansas City?
She's from Kansas City, yes. She
Good barbecue there.
I'm sorry, she excels at storytelling, crafting ultra vivid narratives, honed over the years of relentless touring and performing. She grew up in Missouri. She found her love for songwriting in her late teens, drawing inspiration from Tom Waits and Leonard Cohen, and began performing live by cold calling local bars in Kansas City. Today, she is celebrated not only for incendiary live performances, but also for the powerful energy and creative, whatever, they're just talking about. So she's got a decent background
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. And excuse me. So I figured, because we're both basically new to her solo work, a lot of this is just going to be us listening and kind of like talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's interesting that neither one of us has really, at this point, listened to her,
Right.
because we've listened to so many other things. Her first album is called Runaway. This is from 2011. She was 22 years old when she recorded this. And the first song we have is the title track, Runaway.
Cool. Okay, so she sings as well.
I said she was a singer.
I know, but I wasn't listening to you.
I don't. The funny thing is, she's also pretty much the composer and main lyricist on most of these songs.
Okay.
So it's all her, pretty much.
Cool. All right, before we keep going, I got to stop the recording for a second and fix something. I did it last week too. Where am I? There I am. Turn you off. Here we go. Let me start recording. We'll do another clap and then we'll keep going.
Do you want me to stop recording?
No, you can keep recording. It's fine. Okay. Ready to do another clap?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Sorry about that. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're good.
So yeah, so that was Runaway. Yes, she's a singer, and um Louisiana Rain was the next song that I chose off the album.
Well, it was out in California by the San Diego Sea. That was when I was taking it. It left its mark on me. Yeah, he nearly drove me crazy. All those China toys. Knew I really didn't mean a thing to any of those sailor boys. Louisiana rain is falling at my feet. Babe, I'm noticing the change as I move down the street. Louisiana rain soaking through my shoes. I may never be the same when I reach Baton Rouge. South Carolina.
So the first thing I noticed is she sounds a lot better now that I've turned off the double speaker that I had going on, because I was monitoring her audio twice. There's a little bit of a country twang in that one.
Yes, she's got a. I love her voice, and I've noticed with some of the, like, because I've only listened to a few seconds just to make sure I was picking songs I want to put up here.
Mm-hmm.
She does. She has there's some country feel to it, but she's definitely blues. I got the feeling of like a little Jimmy Buffett in there,
I can hear that
you
too.
know, like, and he was considered country,
Mm-hmm.
though I think he was broader than country because
I do too. Yeah.
I don't think he was, and I feel she's the same way. She's probably has those country roots, but she's definitely blues, and I think we'll see that as her albums as we mature through her albums.
Okay. Cool.
So the next album that came out was Black Wind Howlin'. It was in 2013, and she was 24 years old when she recorded it. So the first song we have is the title track, "Who's Been Talking." No, I'm sorry, not the title.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. That's what happens. The first song is "Who's Been Talking" off of the album.
My baby caught the train, left me all alone. My baby caught the train, left me all alone. She knows I love her, she's doing me wrong. My baby bought a ticket, long as her ride on. My baby bought a ticket, long as my ride on. She said she's gonna ride, long as I've been from home.
I heard a lot of Little Charlie and the Nightcats in that, and even the way she was singing almost sounded like Rick Estrin. Kind of that little kind of nasally kind of sound.
I'm very curious of her influences. But yes, and it's interesting because, like, we're so used to hearing singers and songwriters write about the opposite sex if that's what they're singing about, or
Mm-hmm.
vice versa if it's, and she mentions, like, it's very interesting how she handles all the genre and stuff like that. So but I don't know. I like her, even though she's got a little country in her. I do like her. The next song is Black Howlin' Wind, title track.
Gonna find him a window, climb up in my room. Gonna find him a window, climb up in my room. Said a black wind been howling while I lay dreaming of you. I lay there sleeping in my bed. I lay there sleeping in my bed. Said no other man will make me happy, not for a one day.
Yeah, I'd really be interested to hear her influences.
Yes, she doesn't have a live album. I looked for that. Most of the stuff that's on here is recorded in a studio. The only live album that we do have will be the one with Girls with Guitars that
Mhm.
she did. But I would love to hear a live album too,
I would too.
because it'd be very interesting to see if she, like these songs that are 3 or 4 minutes become like 8 or 10
Hmm.
because they're just jamming and riffing and all that stuff.
Right.
So that was off of Black Wind Howling. We move on to 2015 with the album Wild Heart. She's 26 recording this album. And the first song on this that we have selected is Highways Holding Me Now.
Sleepy truckers, prescription haze. They ain't slept in days. Give them something to cut the smoke. Lord help them on the way. Every line on this road is another line on my face. Say your door's wide open, but I know my place. My chest is pulling tighter, my heart can open wider. Do I have to leave for you to come around? If I could breathe you deeper, you'd be my only keeper. But the highway's holding me for
I was just looking at YouTube while we were listening to that. Not a tremendous amount, and most of the stuff she's got is studio stuff. So even there's a couple, live, videos, but nothing, tremendous, no huge.
Right.
So, did you look at anything about Instagram or anything like that? Is she active on there?
She's on Instagram. I didn't go diving into it, but she
Okay.
does have social media. It's funny, I just found out she has a sister, Amanda Fish, who's also a blues singer-songwriter. She plays piano, guitar, mandolin, ukulele, and she's a singer. She's older sister.
Hmm.
She has a band called Amanda Fish Band. So that's
Interesting.
very interesting.
Cool.
So they're
All right.
both.
What do we got next?
Yeah. So the title track of Wild Heart, Wild Heart.
Gotta be bigger than this, burden of mine. Call it a nasty habit, oh, way to get by. You have my wild heart. Peace in the middle, been missing for days. Searching for reasons to push you away, but you have my wild heart. What's it gonna take? When's it gonna break? How many times do you need to see if you can tame the one you can't tie down, the one that needs you now? Oh baby, why can't I get you out? My wild heart.
I don't think we found her through Eric Gales. I think we found her through Warren Haynes.
Was it Warren Haynes?
I'll
I
double
thought
check.
I thought I saw her name when I was looking at the Slash tour, and that's when I saw her name.
Okay.
But I mean, that may be another.
I think she might have been on that Warren Haynes vinyl that I bought months ago.
So maybe that's how you.
That might be how I
was
first
looking
found
at
her.
So she does have an Instagram. She does have a Twitter, as because I can't call that X, and doesn't look too active. Like her last Instagram was the 23rd of April, and her
Mhm.
most recent for September was the 3rd. But her one before that was like August 30th. So I don't think she's not active where she's like every day or every other
Right.
day.
Right. The 7th post on her Instagram is Warren Haynes.
Oh, interesting.
That's
I
why
just remember
think
seeing
it's-
her name come up on the tour list.
Okay.
So maybe she is on that album.
I'm gonna check in a second.
I gotta check. While you check, I'll just talk about the next album is Chills and Fever. And this came out in 2017. I was reading that she picked up the guitar when she was 15 years old. So she wasn't like she didn't even start.
Yeah,
That-
so older than most of the folks that we
Right.
been
So
looking at.
she's just gonna get stronger.
Yeah.
As she does this. So Chills and Fever is the album 2017. She was 28 years old. And the first song we have is Chills and Fever, which is the title track.
Whoa, chills and fever, oh. Chills and fever, oh. Chills and fever, chills and fever is what you give to me when you hold my hand. Tell me that you're my loving man. Kiss me and squeeze me tight. Tell me, baby, wanna love all night. I get low. Chills and fever, oh. Chills and fever, oh. Chills and fever, chills and fever is what you give to me. When it's late at night and when you hold me tight, tell me that you love me so. Never, ever, ever let me go. I get lowered. Chills and fever, oh. Chills and fever, oh. Chills and fever, chills and fever is what you give to me. I get lowered.
So
her band's growing a little bit, maybe potentially.
well,
got some
so the thing
horns.
is, this album is not. These are not her songs. These are like older songs that she's doing.
Gotcha.
Like this original version of this was many moons ago, but and none of the songs on here are written by her. Like they're all of a different. They're all different writers. So
Gotcha.
the next song we have is Nearer to You. from the same album.
Make do things you don't understand. But remember, I'm only doing the best I can. Every little thing I do, I'm just trying to get closer to you. I'm sorry if I seem, oh yeah, a little bit stubborn sometimes. I hope I'm not being a nuisance to you. I know you say that you'll be home soon. Oh, got to be nearer to you.
Hammond B3. So I was wrong. It was Grace Potter and the Nocturnals was who I was thinking about, not Samantha Fish.
Oh, okay. Now we move back to more of her writing, and of the album Belle of the West from 2017. So it came out in the same year. And the first song that we have is Blood in the Water.
Run from your people, run from your home. What is the matter? What's going on? I see the panic, I hear the howl. Tell me, what did they do now? There is blood in the water. There is blood in the water.
I like the mastering that they're not the last two tracks for sure. I didn't notice on the first several, but not just pan left. I mean, they take note of where they're panning vocals and instruments, which is nice to hear.
Yes, I agree. I'd love to hear her do rockabilly.
Mm,
She probably would sound great doing rockabilly.
I agree.
The next song is the title track song, Belle of the West.
On the Vermilion River, on a packet bound for St. Cloud, ride the lady we love best. She's the belle of the West, from somewhere down in Arkansas. But who's to say she just started that way? She's the belle of the West, just a painted lady, rolling down the big mighty, on her way back home. For years she dreamed of this day when
that country twang back in there a little bit.
with a little bit of like, almost feels like a Hawaiian,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
And
Yeah.
I hear a little bit of bluegrass in there too, a little Nickel Creek
Absolutely.
vibe in there.
This is something that she's quoted of saying, I fell in love with music from going to shows, and I know how cathartic it can be. It heals your heart. Anytime I play live, I just want to make people forget about everything else in the world and feel the same joy that I feel on stage. I think that's important because we've spoken about that,
Mm-hmm.
about how it's not just being on there to be in front of people to sing, to perform, to do whatever. It's it's a moment or an hour and a half, 2 hours
Right.
of just forgetting of all the not forgetting, but putting everything around you that's crazy
Mm-hmm.
aside and
Yep.
just kind of enjoying in that moment and
Right.
being wrapped up in the songs or the lyrics or just the instrumental stuff that may be going on.
Yep. Being more mindful, essentially.
Exactly.
Being in the moment as opposed to worrying about
Right.
everything else that's going on.
Right. Agreed. Which brings us to the next album, Kill or Be Kind. This is 2019. She's 30 years old. And the title track, Kill or Be Kind, is the next song.
Back before I was a homewrecker, I was a goody good girl. Back before I was your heartbreaker, I was someone you could have done. Back before the love we made me out a fool, I was looking for something more. Back before I put the fear of God in you, I was afraid to walk through your door. Make up your mind. I can kill or be kind. Baby, you decide. I can kill or be kind.
I definitely wish she had some live stuff. I'd like to hear
Her
more
live stuff probably sounds amazing, or would sound amazing,
I think so.
And next is from the same album, You Got It Bad.
Amazing feet, heart of gold. Been searching the skies, but the stars gone cold. You got it bad. 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 Better than you ever had. Looking for answers that you needed to know. Now you're searching for reasons to not let this go. Baby, you got it bad. You got it bad. See, you got it bad. You got it.
I don't notice the albums. I mean, they've changed a little bit, but it's still the same feel.
Oh yeah.
Normally you get, not normally, but sometimes you get the kind of ups and downs or exploring different things. She seems very consistent.
Right. I think some of her playing gets a little grittier.
Okay.
I don't think I don't think it changes much. I think there's a little bit in her that changes with her
Mhm.
playing, but I think it's maturing. Like the lyrics are maturing.
Right.
It's it's she's having experiences that she can write to more, you know?
Right.
Um so that I think that's really more of what I was getting to.
Okay.
The next album is called Faster, came out in 2021. She was 32 years old. And the first song that we have is Faster, the title track.
Come on, right here. I'm gonna be a little forward, so shy, like eyes. Why you sitting in the corner? I'll be nice, I won't bite. Well, can you come a little closer? It's alright, I just might be the type to wanna be a little bold. I wanna ooh, I wanna ooh. You're gonna ooh, that's how I'll make your heart beat faster, faster. I wanna ooh, I wanna ooh. You're gonna ooh, that's how I'll make your heart beat faster, faster. Oh well, do tell. Do you need some motivation? Come here right now. Cause I got an inclination. Let's fight and make up. Like a story in a movie. One night, break up where you role play like a groupie. I wanna ooh, I wanna ooh. You're gonna ooh, that's how I'll make your heart beat faster, faster.
Yeah, that was the first time I really heard her voice change and be more mature.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So the next song that was chosen is called Loud, and it features a rapper, Tech Nine. Now, he's been around for a few decades. He's 52 years old, but he's also from Kansas City. So I don't know if that's what, but what I think is interesting, and I know we don't use the G word a lot, genre, but as we know, there are different forms of music, and then each form of music will
Wait,
have
there are?
huh?
There are different forms of music?
Apparently. And
Seems
then
weird.
it's weird. And then they have subcategories of that form of music. I had no idea that there's a subcategory called horrorcore rap or horrorcore hip hop.
Hmm.
I mean, and apparently like I've listened to some albums that are considered that, and I had no idea, but I didn't realize there was a whole genre, or I would hate, subgenre, I should say. It's
Right.
called a subgenre of hip hop music based on horror themed and often darkly transgressive lyrical content and imagery.
Interesting.
Imagery. It's very interesting.
Hmm.
So, but this song "Loud" features Tech Nine.
We're far away from the good old days when we used to say what was on our mind. We pull away, don't get too close, but we both know that it's time. It's time. It's time. Ooh, yeah. No, it's time. Yeah, baby. Ooh, to bring it all on to you.
What do you think her guitar tastes like? So for those that can't see, because you're listening to just the audio version, she is licking the neck of her guitar. So I was just curious as to
Of the album cover of
the
Faster.
album cover. Yes.
That's too funny.
So she's got 123 followers on Spotify, about
Mhm.
153,000 monthly listeners. Top cities: Sydney, Australia; Chicago; Melbourne, Australia; London; and Denver.
How crazy is that? But it goes back to what we were saying. It's the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guitar, and it was that combination of her and Tech Nine is such a weird thing
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, and
I'm-
like there's like a 50s diner feel to the song.
Yep,
It's
yeah.
very
I mean, it's cool. I'm not saying
Yeah.
the bad
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I didn't expect to see that when I was looking through
right.
the list of music. So the next album that came out was in 2023. This album is called Death with Blues, and it's with the artist Jessie Dayton. She was 34 years old when she did this. Jessie Dayton, just for a little bit of background on him, he where is he? Huh. This does not have enough information. I have to read through this a little bit more. I should have taken this out before. But the same thing with him. Sydney, Melbourne, Chicago, Denver, and Brisbane. Like he's over there too. He basically, what his bio says from Spotify is he's got a new album coming out, The Hard Way Blues, and which was produced by Shooter Jennings. And then they talk about this album, which was nominated for Contemporary Blues Album of the Year. And then he goes into he's a towering figure in outlaw country. Renowned for his virtuoso guitar skills and distinctive style, Dayton blazed the trails blending Texas rockabilly and country with punk rock with his band, the Road Kings. Working with legends Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings paved the way for decades of diverse partnerships, including Death Wish Blues with blues sensation Samantha Fish, country icons Willie Nelson, Glenn Campbell, Rock Rebels, Guns N' Roses, Duff McKagan, and Glenn Danzig, and even visionary horror filmmaker Rob Zombie. So it's kind of funny how many people we've spoken about
Mm-hmm.
he's connected to.
Yep.
So
And the fact that this is the first time I've heard of him, despite all the people that he's been playing with,
right.
you know.
Yeah, so he is this whole album is the two of them, Death Wish Blues, and the first song we have is Death Wish.
Dark shadow standing in a corner. Big party, but no one there to warn her. Your kiss is like a death wish. He says we can keep it undercover. She knows one touch will put her under. Your kiss is like a death wish. Hypnotized, she walks on over. Smiles, puts his hand on her shoulder. Your kiss is like a death wish. Leans in, going towards her lips. It's all over with his hands on her hips. What you want, what you crave, might send you to your grave. Yeah. She's keeping herself in check, but she can feel his breath on her neck. Your kiss is like a death wish. If she could, she would resist. But the story goes just like this. What you yearn, what you crave, might send you to your grave. It's gonna burn, it's gonna break, it's gonna be too late.
Sounds like a really interesting album.
It does. And I was just reading some more. Like he was in a bunch of horror movies. Like that's this, So the next song, which it's the title that got me, but I think it kind of, if you look at all the titles of the songs, it kind of lends to the album. So the next song chosen was Trauma.
Trauma,
drama to me. Now the damage is done, and you didn't use no knife. You got me tore up, baby, for the rest of my life. Yeah, you know you cut me deep, and the price is way too steep, but it's never gonna stop me loving you. Drama.
And he plays guitar as well?
He does.
Okay.
So, do you want to listen to him now?
I'm going to check him out during the week, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same as well. Before we get into the next and last album, because it's that collaboration album, I like her.
He's good.
Yeah, she's very good, and I look forward to seeing what she does. Because if
Mhm.
she's collaborating, I mean, that's just gonna further take. I mean, not that she can't hold her own, because she totally can hold her
No,
own.
she can, definitely.
But I feel like as she collaborates, it's gonna even be better.
Mhm.
Because she's just going to have different experiences which are going to lend to her ability, which I think is interesting, because then you go look at Hannah Wicklund, who's 25, 26,
Mhm.
and her music is like at a different level for her age,
Yep.
but she started younger,
True.
right? Whereas she picked up she picked up the guitar at 15,
Mhm.
you know, and all that stuff. But so it's like, timeline wise, if you think about it, it's about the same. She's just she's peaking the same amount of time later. It's just she's in her 30s versus in her
Right.
20s. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is where you heard her, but not heard her, but found her name as well.
Mhm.
Is with the group is not Girls with Guitars. It's three musicians that are Samantha Fish, Danny Wilde, and Victoria Smith. They did an album back in 2011 called Girls with Guitars, but they also had a live show, a live recording. So that's where these two songs are from. One of them
is British,
is a
I
cover of
think.
this. Huh?
One of them is British, if I remember correctly. Maybe the other two are British.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there was definitely an accent during the singing, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Danny Wilde that is
Yeah, it's
British.
Danny Wilde. She's British blues and soul singer. That's what that says here.
Yeah.
And then Samantha is not Samantha, sorry. Victoria Smith is there's nothing. There's no information on her. But they do the song I Put a Spell on You, which is a cover, as we know. So
We do know that.
we do know that.
I put a spell on you. Oh, because you're mine. Oh, you better stop those things that you do. You better watch out. None of that fooling around. I ain't gonna take none of you. None of that putting me down. I put a spell on you.
Victoria Smith is the bass player. Now I remember.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. The album Girls with Guitars that's studio recorded was with Samantha Fish, Cassie Taylor, and Danny Wilde.
Mm-hmm.
But the live album, which is what we're listening to the songs from, is I gotta go back.
Victoria Smith
Samantha
on
Fish, Victoria Smith, and Danny Wilde. So there's a change in the artist, and apparently there's a song which I totally didn't even think about called "Girls with Guitars" that was written by Mary Chapin Carpenter, and it was
Hmm.
sung by Winona Judd.
Interesting.
And then there's another, like there's a song. It's very interesting. I wonder if the title is connected to all of these things. So
Mhm.
the next song that I chose was "Down in the Swamp."
We chew you up and spit you out. It's crocodiles won't touch it now. Gonna burn it up low till the morning light. Muddy water never treat you right. I said, oh, down in the swamp. I said, oh, down in the swamp, yeah. Won't hear you screaming, won't hear you move. Just remember, you're not alone.
When did this come out in? What year was this?
So the studio album came out in 2011. The live album came out in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah. So around,
That's
about
why
a
she
year
sounds
later.
younger. Okay.
Yeah, she does sound like her. Yeah. So Cassie Taylor, who was on the studio album,
Mhm.
she's the daughter of Otis Taylor, who's also a blues musician.
I don't know Otis Taylor.
I was just thinking, like, it's just amazing how much of a rabbit hole you do end up in when you
Mhm.
start realizing who's connected to who and who's played with who's related to who, or all that
Yep.
interesting stuff. So I thought, like I said, I didn't really listen to all the songs. I kind of just grabbed the first few seconds to see if I liked the beginning, because I felt it'd be a nice pickup, and I like her. I think she's talented.
Yeah.
And I think she also has another long career ahead of her. And I do like her with collaborations, though.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm curious of that album, Death Wish Blues with Jesse Dayton.
I spilled.
Huh?
I spilled
You
on my
spilled?
shirt.
You got water on your shirt. Though it's not on the electronics.
Yeah. It'll be all right.
It'll be fine. They can get wet. It's fine.
It's fine.
So that means that you guys need to join us this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, so you can hear these songs in their entirety and more, among others, because yeah, definitely add some more songs from their
Yeah,
stuff
for
on
sure.
here. And then Kyle is live on Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. He tends to pick up music at the last minute,
Sure do.
because it goes based upon your week. If you had a decent week, play a different
Mhm.
type of music.
Yep.
Which is fine, because that's kind of how it works.
Yep.
But this was a nice artist spotlight because it was new to both of us, really.
Mhm.
And so I'm glad we were able to share that out with everybody.
Yep.
And
Thanks for putting it together. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry?
Thanks for putting it together.
Oh, absolutely. No problem. And yeah, I got nothing else. There'll be
Yeah.
stuff in the show notes. There's not a lot, like we said, there's not a lot of stuff out there for her. There is social media, but not extensively like some of the artists that we have done. But check out the show notes for anything thing you have. We'll definitely have the link to her website and stuff like that.
All right.
That's it.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week, and make sure you're joining us for our live streams on Friday and Sunday. Thank you so much. See you next time.